Welcome to the MPAC Zoomcast. I'm Ed Kirchdoerffer, Chief Operating Officer here at MPAC, back after a brief hiatus. And today we're talking about the music of three of the most prolific artists of the 1970s, James Taylor, Simon and Carole King. Their music will be performed by a group appropriately titled Taylor, Simon, King on Saturday, May 4th here at the theater. We're here today with the three leading performers from the show, James Gedeon, Lisa Sherman, and Alice Leon. Welcome to the Zoomcast. Nice to have you here today.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Lisa, tell us a little about how the group came together and put this show together.
How did this happen? Well, the show itself is, we've morphed over the past few years. Originally, and my goodness, I think I can start to almost use two hands of how many years ago this originally started. The idea originated while at a party at a friend's house. Her name was Beth Ann Clayton. She unfortunately passed away a few years ago. She was in the first cast, if you will. And we were at her house playing music. She was an incredible singer and musician. And she was playing some Carole King songs on the piano, and just so happened I started singing some Simon songs. And then another friend of ours, his name is Byron, and he came to the party too. And it just so happened he started playing some James Taylor songs, and I was like, it's like a light bulb went off, you know. And that's how Taylor, Simon, King originated. And throughout the years, pre and post COVID, because everything changed then, we've gone through a wonderful array of different musicians and vocalists. And, you know, right now, I think we have really cemented and created a strong fiber of excellence with the cast that we have now. And that's where it is.
So Alice, tell us a little about the show itself. What can people expect when they come to see a concert with you?
First of all, it is such an incredible band. The music is amazing. It's so well played. The three of us blend so beautifully together. It's a lot of fun. I have so much fun. And I get to sing the songs that I grew up with and that I love.
Mm-hmm. James, tell us a little about why you feel the music of these three particular artists is so timeless.
Well, I think it all boils down to the craft of songwriting. All three of the artists that we're celebrating, as Lisa so aptly described, all of them are fantastic songwriters. And many of the songs in this show were written 50 years ago or more. I mean, they are our generation's standards. And it's an amazing thing. I think that Lisa and Alice can attest to this. When you look out into the audience at the shows that we do perform at, the age ranges anywhere from, people in their 20s and 30s to people in their 70s and 80s. There's no wall between who gets it and who doesn't. It's the kind of music that is very family-friendly music. And I think that's part of the appeal of the show too. Not only do we all have a great time on stage performing it because it's such great music to play, but to see that reaction from the audience, it drives us that much more when you see the audience responding to this great catalog of music. I think the only problem that we have is that, gosh, what songs do we not play? Because there's so many great songs between the three of them as songwriters.
Does it vary from show to show? Will you insert something that played in a while?
Well, since I've started the show, which is a little over a year ago, we have made some changes with regard to song placement, song arrangements, and even pulled one or two songs out and put one or two in. Because I'm finding, Lisa, I think you know this too, I've found in the last year, there are some people that will come to just about every show. And you like to keep it kind of fresh for them too, in addition to being fresh for us. So, moving the song set list around a bit, recreating some of the arrangements from time to time to throw a little bit of a different twist. I think that's important for any show.
And Ed, to add on to that, we could probably perform Taylor Simon King for, let's just say, for giggles, let's just say 4 days in a row, okay? There are so many songs in their catalog of music throughout the years in their careers. We could probably do 4 completely different shows. They're just that songs. So what we've done now, and this kind of coincides with what James was saying, yes, we have pulled some songs out and added some songs, and now we have medleys because there are so many that you find that you go from an acoustic section during the show, which is a really lovely moment because there's something wonderful about a big band, but then when you bring it down to the skeleton and truly the purest form of what these songs did for us as a generation. I mean, this music is the soundtrack to our generation. And so we've just put these medleys together, and we have both the big band and the acoustic section during the show. So it gives everyone a breath. It gives everyone just the ability to kind of find it within themselves, that beautiful chorus that they used to hum all the time. We all did it. The powerful sections of different songs that would just erupt these emotions that you hear the music, it brings you right back. And that's what the power of music is all about. That's what we try to do.
And I think, I'm sorry, I think too, if I also might interject one small thing there, Lisa, is that particularly in the medley sections, you get the opportunity to hear what so many of these songs might have sounded like the moment they were written, because so many of the songs started on just acoustic guitar or on piano. And to me, that's the beauty of these, the strength of the material. A good song is a good song, whether you're playing it on a guitar or with a 10-piece orchestra. It's going to sound great with one person playing it or with 10. And that's the beauty of those medley sections, is you get to hear some of those songs stripped down to their purest form and maybe imagine what they might have sounded like the moment they were written. Yeah.
Do you find that does the audience start singing along or start calling out for their favorite songs?
They do. I'll let you ladies field that one. They do. Yeah.
That one, that's when you did your show, I'm sorry, when you did your first show with us, what did you see in the audience? Because I know we talked about it backstage.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh,
what did you...
my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was so magical when everybody had their cell phones out and they were waving them and they were singing "You've Got a Friend." It was unbelievable. It was the most, I just got goosebumps on the stage because I could just feel the power of that song and what it did to an audience of 1,500 people. It was just magic.
Cool.
Yes.
Right. It's very dramatic and it's very emotional. And it's funny, you just said cell phones, and you go back to the day and everyone had their, they had a lighter. I mean, yeah, it's like cell phones, welcome to this.
No lighters in the theater, guys. No
I was
lighters.
going to say, I don't even think they're allowed anymore.
Not anymore. Do you tell stories about the artists as well? Is this just a straight concert?
We do talk. We do talk. Yes, we do talk. Yes, we do. There's a catch with that, because if you say too much, it becomes a theatrical show, if you will. People are coming to hear a concert. However, what we have done very eloquently is figure out these little catchphrases and things that will give you, for lack of better words, like a fun fact about the song. Like James talks about some really cool things of where James Taylor was when he wrote this song, and I talk about some different things with some of the artists that I sing. Alice does the same, and it's just a touch where, for instance, I talk about how the song Anticipation was not written for James Taylor. And you'll have to actually come to the show, ladies and gentlemen, to find out who it was written about. But it's little things like that. And all of a sudden you hear the audience go, oh, like, wow, we can still learn something. That was really cool. I did not know that. So, we just give like these little tidbits instead of giving a scene, because then again, it becomes a little bit more theatrical, and, people want to hear the music. They want to get to it.
Yeah, and it also engages the audience a little bit more too. You're talking to them, not at them, if that makes any sense. You're sharing something that they might not know about the song and then cutting right into it. But Lisa's right. It's the amount of speaking that we do in between the songs serves as a bridge from one song to the next. And it's always healthy to have a certain amount of banter with the audience too, just to show them that I think it shows them that we're having a great time performing the show.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. There's a lot of smiling going on.
There's a lot of.
I was going to say, don't forget beautiful screens behind us that also tell a bit of the story.
That's a great point, Alice. Yeah, there's some very nice multimedia moments going on, projected behind us that help to tell the story of some of the songs too.
Yeah,
yes,
I think that
Brian put that together. Incredible films in back of these projections, and you hear some interviews, you see some concerts, you see these things that really kind of brings you there to the moment. And so there's a lot to see and there's a lot to hear, and yeah, I'm really proud of it. Like I'm very proud to be involved with such triumphant, iconic masters of music.
Yeah, I was thinking about last night. Carole King with the stage show Beautiful obviously introduced her music to a new generation, and James Taylor's been around forever and his music is really different. Carly Simon, you don't hear a lot about. I mean, even when she was popular, she kind of stayed, I know she had stage fright, she didn't do a lot of concerts. You don't really hear much of what she's doing now. I know, she doesn't do any shows now, or rarely if she does anything. So, I mean, I think people might forget like how powerful her music was, how big of an artist she was in the 70s. And I think it'll be exciting for a lot of people to really connect with her music again.
No, that's a great point.
Ed, that you'd be surprised are a little bit more in the background. It doesn't mean they're forgotten. Some artists are more in the limelight, if you will. And, I'm just using, for instance, let's just say Laura Nyro. Okay. Laura Nyro, she didn't have to be front and center. But if you look at, and I'm going to date myself now, at album covers or CD covers, or like all those great little stories that used to come with our music, what name would you always see? You'd see, very common. You'd see Carole King, you'd see Laura Nyro, you'd see Burt Bacharach, you'd see, all these different types of artists, but not everybody was a real concert center stage person. And Carly Simon was very powerful. She just was not an intricate performer to the point that she needed to be front and center. She was confident with what she did and where she was, and she went through a big, very large battle of her own personal issues, and the music saved her. She just did not need to be seen. She just needed to be heard.
Fortunately for the audience, seeing this show, neither Alice nor Lisa suffer from stage fright at all.
tell right from this interview.
What's that?
You can tell right from the interview. So
No, but it's a good point. And as much as Carly Simon might have, the point that you made, Ed, been somewhat in the background compared to the other two, again, just the strength of her songwriting, the moment that people hear these songs, you see the light go off in their head.
Well said.
Oh, I forgot that was Carly Simon.
Yeah.
So yeah, her music, I believe, is just as relevant today as it was in the 70s. And, thank goodness we're in a position to be able to continue to bring that music in front of people and keep it out there in the forefront to the best of our ability.
And James, this is kind of a hometown concert for you. For people who know James or don't know, he was in Morristown on stage. I think was it Morristown on stage or Morristown's Got Talent at that time?
It was Morristown on stage at that point. Yeah. And
has appeared on our plaza, just with his guitar.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to open for America on the main stage too there. So it's a familiar place. It is. And I will say all of the shows that we've done, it's the best commute that I have to anyone. It's 2 minutes down the road from me. So no, I'm looking forward to it. I have a lot of friends that are coming, and it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
James is the star that evening. He is the hometown star.
No. I'm 1/10 of the show. There's 10 people out there on that stage that are there for the very same reason. We love this music and we love playing it and performing it. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, because I've said this to Lisa, I've said this to Alice. I'm the first one to admit that I stole everything I know on guitar from James Taylor. Everything I know, I stole from him. Just absorbing everything I could. He's been a major influence. So to be able to be a part of this is a lot of fun for me. It really is.
Alice, what do you hope that somebody, when they leave the concert on May 4th, when they're walking out the doors, what do you hope they take away with them?
Well, I just hope that for the time that they were there, they felt joy and happy, and they put the news aside and just get into it. I mean, that's what great entertainment is, in my opinion. I want to be taken away with art and music, and this show really does that. I think people are just going to feel joy and happy. I mean, that's what the show is about.
Great. The show is Taylor, Simon, King, and it's coming to Mayo Performing Arts Center on Saturday, May 4th. Tickets are available at mayoarts.org. Folks, where can people learn more about the group or yourselves, your individual web pages? Where can people get more information?
Okay, I'll start on this one. Our website for the show is taylorsimonking.com, and you can find out all about us individually on that website if you choose to do that. It's been created so that we each have a section that will explain who we are from our bios, lots of different pictures, our past performances, our history, etc. And if you just want to find out about me individually, my website is lisa-sherman.com, and I'll bring it now to Alice. How do people find out about you?
AliceLeon.com. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at James Gedeon Music, Gedeon, and certainly on Facebook, and an artist e-card site at James Gedeon as well. Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us for a short time today. Again, we look forward to seeing you at the theater shortly. And
that night? Will we see you that night?
I hope so, but my life is ruled by a 9-year-old boy, so we'll see how that goes. So,
well, we look forward to meeting you, Ed, and thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good seeing you again, James, and seeing you at the theater. Always a friend of Always welcome, and Alice and Lisa and your whole band. We look forward to a great show and a great.
Thank you.
Too. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.